To understand why the University of Ghana Stadium was so important, we must look at the gap it was meant to fill. For years, Ghana lacked a certified international athletics venue capable of hosting elite competitions. Yes, the nation had large football stadiums, Accra Sports Stadium, Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi and others, but none of these had a fully accredited running track that met international standards. Why Ghana needed UG Stadium. This meant that Ghanaian athletes, sprinters, long-distance runners, jumpers and throwers were forced to travel abroad for competitions if they wanted their records recognised. A tenth of a second sprint in Accra. It wouldn't count internationally, but on the new UG track, every performance is certified, every second matters, and every throw is officially recorded. This makes a massive difference for athletes chasing global recognition. Beyond athletics, Ghana needed a stadium that could double as a multi-sport hub. With the awarding of hosting rights for the 13th African Games, Accra faced a new challenge. Without a modern athletics stadium, it could not host Africa's biggest sporting event. The University of Ghana became the natural choice, not only because of its large campus, but also because of its sports heritage. The university already had multiple football pitches, basketball courts, tennis courts, and even a swimming pool. What was missing was a world-class athletics and rugby venue. That gap had to be filled. 13th African Games Ghana needs a modern athletics stadium. This wasn't just about the games. It was about creating a legacy for future generations of students, athletes, and communities. The new facilities would empower Ghana to stage not just one event, but many more. Inter-varsity championships, West African youth tournaments, and even continental qualifiers. The story of the University of Ghana Sports Stadium is not just about concrete and steel. It is about dreams delayed, struggles with funding, political decisions, and resilience. To truly appreciate the stadium we see today, we must go back to the beginning. The year was 2004. Ghana was making steady progress in education and infrastructure. At the University of Ghana, administrators and sports officials envisioned a multi-purpose stadium that would put the institution on par with other great African universities. The funding would come from a combination of the university's own budget and the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GETFund, a government financing mechanism established to support educational infrastructure. 2004 project begins, UG plus GETFund. But in 2008, the project suffered a massive setback. Funding from GETFund was suspended. The reasons were complex: shifting government priorities, competing education projects, and the heavy burden of national infrastructure costs. Whatever the explanation, the effect was devastating. The stadium project ground to a halt. For years, it remained an unfinished skeleton, its concrete terraces gathering weeds, its vision forgotten. 2008, GETFund financing suspended. In 2013, voices within the university grew louder. The Sports Directorate, led by Dr. Bella Bello Bitugu, lobbied hard to revive the project. His argument was simple but powerful. Ghana was neglecting its athletes by denying them a proper training and competition ground. By 2016, partial funding was restored, about 11 million Ghanaian cedis in tranches from government sources. With this, construction resumed slowly. 2013 to 2016, revival efforts begin. Key installations were completed during this phase: seating across most stands, except the VIP/VVIP sections, connection of utility lines, installation of floodlights, and laying of a tartan athletics track. Even the electronic scoreboard was installed. The dream flickered back to life, but still it was far from complete. In 2018, Ghana won the bid to host the 13th African Games. Suddenly, the unfinished stadium at Legon took on a new level of importance. The country needed venues, and quickly. But there was still uncertainty. Should Ghana pour money into a new stadium at Bortiman or complete the one already standing at Legon? The answer, in the end, was both. 2018, Ghana awarded African Games. In 2021, the government of Ghana formally stepped in to ensure the University of Ghana Sports Stadium was completed in time for the Games. A completion contract was awarded to Consar Limited, one of Ghana's leading construction firms. The scope was ambitious: finish the stadium bowl, build a 6-lane warm-up track, and add a full rugby field, all within 3 years. 2021, government contracts Consar Limited for completion. By 2023, the stadium was buzzing with construction. Workers raced against the clock, installing seats, polishing tracks, wiring floodlights, and fitting out lounges. The African Games were looming, and every deadline mattered. Delays would mean embarrassment on the continental stage. 2023, final preparations. Finally, on March 1st, 2024, the dream became reality. The Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, commissioned the University of Ghana Sports Stadium and its rugby field. In his speech, he highlighted the facility's capacity of 10,000 to 11,000 spectators, its world-class track, VIP and VVIP lounges, and its importance as a legacy for Ghanaian sports. For the University of Ghana community, it was a moment of pride. For the nation, it was proof that persistence pays. 2024, commissioned by Vice President Dr. Bawumia. From 2004 to 2024, the University of Ghana Sports Stadium endured 2 decades of funding pauses, political hurdles, and uncertainty. But in the end, it stands completed. A monument not just of sports infrastructure, but of endurance and faith in Ghana's sporting future. 20 years of struggle, a legacy for the future. Friday, March 1st, 2024. The campus of the University of Ghana was alive with excitement. Flags fluttered, students gathered, dignitaries arrived, and the long-awaited commissioning of the University of Ghana Sports Stadium was about to unfold. For a project that had started 2 decades earlier, this was not just another event, it was a national milestone. The Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, officially commissioned the stadium alongside the newly built rugby field. In his remarks, he reminded Ghanaians that this was more than just a venue for the 13th African Games. It was an investment in the future of Ghanaian sports and a proud asset of the University of Ghana. Commissioned March 1st, 2024, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. The Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nana Aba Apia Amfo, addressed the audience. She emphasized the capacity of the stadium, 10,000 to 11,000 spectators, and highlighted its facilities, VIP and VVIP lounges, modern floodlights, and fully fitted competition rooms. For her, this was not just about the African Games, it was about giving students and athletes a world-class platform to thrive. UG Vice-Chancellor, a legacy for students and national sports. The atmosphere was electric. Cultural performances, marching bands, and student displays transformed the commissioning into a festival. The message was clear: Ghana was ready for the Games, and Legon would be at the heart of it. Legon, epicenter of the African Games. Now let's take a closer look at the stadium itself. What exactly did Ghana build at Legon? What makes this stadium modern, functional, and future-ready? The University of Ghana Sports Stadium has a seating capacity of 10,000 to 11,000 spectators. Its design features a single-tier bowl with covered seating on the main western stand. This ensures clear sightlines for athletics and football while maintaining an intimate atmosphere for fans. Capacity: 10,000 to 11,000 seats. At its heart lies a state-of-the-art athletics track. It is an 8-lane synthetic track with 9 lanes on the main straight, ideal for sprint finishes. Crucially, the track is certified, meaning that records set here are officially recognized by international athletics bodies. 4 towering floodlight masts illuminate the stadium, making it suitable for night events and primetime broadcasts. An electronic scoreboard adds a modern touch, displaying times, scores, and visuals during events. The stadium also includes VIP and VVIP lounges, offering comfort for officials, dignitaries, and international guests. These lounges are fully air-conditioned and equipped with modern amenities, ensuring the stadium meets global standards for high-profile events. VIP and VVIP lounges, global standard hospitality. Next to the main bowl is a 6-lane warm-up track. This ensures smooth athlete flow during competitions, with coolroom facilities leading directly into the stadium. For major athletics events, this is not a luxury, it is a necessity. 6-lane warm-up track, athlete ready. Perhaps the most unique addition is the dedicated rugby field. Built to international standards, it provides a permanent home for rugby on campus, a sport that is steadily growing in Ghana. Dedicated rugby field, building new sports culture. The stadium is powered by backup generators and supported with water storage systems, ensuring uninterrupted operations during major events. These hidden features may not make headlines, but they are essential for the smooth running of a facility of this scale. Generators plus water systems equals reliability. The University of Ghana Stadium was designed not only to host the African Games, but to serve as a legacy facility. Its certified track, warm-up field, and rugby ground ensure that even after the Games, it will remain a training hub, a competition venue, and a symbol of Ghana's sporting ambition. Legacy facility, built for today, ready for tomorrow. No major project of this scale happens without big money. The University of Ghana Sports Stadium was no exception. To understand its journey, we must follow the money, from its beginnings under the university and GETFund to its completion under the government of Ghana ahead of the African Games. When the stadium project began in 2004, it was funded jointly by the University of Ghana and the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GETFund. GETFund was established in 2000 to channel a portion of Ghana's value-added tax into educational infrastructure. For the university, tapping into GETFund was a chance to build a stadium that could benefit generations of students. 2004 to 2008, funded by UG plus GETFund. But in 2008, funding was suspended. Political changes and competing national projects meant that the stadium was no longer a priority. Work stopped, leaving an unfinished bowl of concrete. What had begun with such optimism turned into a symbol of stalled ambition. 2008, funding suspended, project stalls. In 2013, the university's sports directorate began lobbying for funds to restart the project. By 2016, about 11 million Ghanaian cedis was released in tranches from government sources. With this, progress was made, seating installed, floodlights erected, a tartan track laid, and even an electronic scoreboard fitted. But once again, the flow of money was inconsistent, and the project could not be completed. 2013 to 2016, GHS 11 million released for partial works. The turning point came when Ghana was awarded hosting rights for the 13th African Games. The government could no longer ignore the unfinished stadium at Legon. In 2021, it stepped in decisively. A completion contract was awarded to Consar Limited, one of Ghana's most experienced construction companies. The scope included completion of the main stadium bowl, construction of a 6-lane warm-up track, building of a dedicated rugby field. 2021, government funds completion, contractor Consar Limited. Now let's talk figures. According to official documents, the completion of the University of Ghana Stadium cost approximately $34.1 million. This was broken down as follows. $29.2 million, completion of the stadium itself, stands, roofing, track finishings, scoreboard, floodlights, utilities. $2.9 million, 6-lane warm-up track. $4.8 million, rugby field. UG Stadium completion, approximately $34.1 million. Main stadium, $29.2 million. Warm-up track, $2.9 million. Rugby field, $4.8 million. But the University of Ghana Stadium was just one piece of a larger puzzle. In total, Ghana spent around $195 million on facilities for the Games. $145 million, Bortiman Sports Complex, Contractor UK. $34.1 million, University of Ghana Stadium plus Fields, Consar Limited. $16 million, Games Village, Mawums. Total spend, $195 million, Bortiman, $145 million, UG Stadium, $34.1 million, Games Village, $16 million. Of course, no large expenditure escapes public debate. Critics questioned whether spending $29.2 million on completing a 10,000-seat university stadium was justified, especially when compared to other stadiums in Ghana. Some argued that the stadium should have been upgraded to meet CAF standards for international football matches. Others countered that the true value lies in its certified athletics track, its role in the African Games, and its long-term legacy for students and Ghanaian athletes. Debate: was $34.1 million worth it? In the end, the funding story of the University of Ghana Stadium reveals the tension between cost and legacy. While some see it as an expensive investment, many more see it as a priceless gift to Ghanaian sports. The truth lies somewhere in the middle, but what cannot be denied is that without this investment, Ghana would not have been ready for the African Games, and the University of Ghana would still be looking at an unfinished dream. Cost versus legacy, a priceless gift to Ghanaian sports. In March 2024, the University of Ghana Sports Stadium faced its first and biggest test, hosting the 13th African Games. Originally awarded to Ghana for 2023, but postponed to 2024 due to global disruptions, the Games brought together thousands of athletes, officials, and fans from across Africa. For 2 weeks, Accra became the sporting capital of the continent, and at its epicenter was the University of Ghana campus. The opening ceremony of the Games was held inside the University of Ghana Sports Stadium on March 8, 2024. The atmosphere was electric. Over 10,000 spectators filled the stands, joined by dignitaries, sports leaders, and the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Athletes paraded proudly with their national flags, while cultural displays celebrated Ghana's heritage. For the first time in history, Ghana was hosting Africa's largest multi-sport event, and Legon had the honor of launching it. March 8, 2024, African Games opening ceremony at UG Stadium. Throughout the Games, the University of Ghana Stadium hosted athletics events and football matches, along with several training sessions. The newly certified 8-lane track saw sprinters, jumpers, and throwers compete at the highest level. Meanwhile, the adjoining rugby field and warm-up track ensured smooth athlete flow. UG Stadium events. But the stadium wasn't the only contribution. The University of Ghana campus became the beating heart of the Games. It provided accommodation through its residential halls, known as the Games Village. It also offered additional training fields, medical facilities, and logistical support. Essentially, UG transformed into a mini-Olympic village for Africa. UG Campus, Dacia Games Village, training hubs, logistics. On March 23, 2024, the Games came to a close with another spectacular ceremony inside the University of Ghana Stadium. Fireworks lit the night sky as athletes celebrated victories, friendships, and the spirit of African unity. Ghana had passed its test, not without challenges, but with pride and resilience. The UG Stadium, once a forgotten shell, had now been immortalized as the stage where Ghana hosted Africa. March 23, 2024, closing ceremony at UG Stadium. So how did the stadium perform? By all accounts, it exceeded expectations. The floodlights provided perfect visibility for night events, the electronic scoreboard ran smoothly, and the VIP VVIP lounges impressed international dignitaries. Athletes praised the track surface for its speed and comfort. While a few critics noted the capacity was smaller than mega stadiums in other countries, most agreed that the intimacy created a vibrant atmosphere. UG Stadium performance. The African Games at Legon symbolized more than competition. They symbolized Ghana's determination to rise, to invest in youth, and to show the world that Africa is capable of hosting world-class events. For the University of Ghana, it was a moment of prestige, proving that a university campus can host continental games and deliver them successfully. Symbol of Ghana's resilience and Africa's potential. The 13th African Games cemented the University of Ghana Sports Stadium as a continental landmark. Once abandoned, it had become the home of opening ceremonies, thrilling competitions, and African unity. Its debut was more than successful, it was historic. From dream to reality to legacy, when the African Games ended on March 23, 2024, many wondered, what next for the University of Ghana Sports Stadium? Would it become another white elephant, like so many African mega-projects, or would it continue to thrive as a sporting hub? The months that followed gave the answer. This stadium was here to stay. In just 2 months, the stadium welcomed its next big challenge, the WAFU Zone B Under-17 tournament, held from May 15 to 29, 2024. This regional youth competition served as the qualifier for the 2025 Africa Under-17 Cup of Nations. Once again, all eyes turned to Legon. WAFU Zone B Under-17 tournament, May 2024. The University of Ghana Stadium hosted the matches, while the surrounding campus provided training grounds, including the Athletics Oval, the Mensa Saba Field, and the Union Ghana Soccer Field. This showed that the university was not only capable of hosting elite international events, but also youth tournaments crucial for talent development in the region. Training venues, Athletics Oval, Mensa Saba Field, Union Ghana Soccer Field. The success of the Under-17 tournament proved a critical point. The University of Ghana Stadium was no one-time wonder. It was ready to be a reliable host for athletics championships, football qualifiers, rugby tournaments, and even student competitions. Each event reinforced its position as a hub for sports excellence in West Africa. From continental games to regional youth tournaments to university championships. To understand the full sporting power of the University of Ghana, we must look beyond the stadium itself. The Sports Directorate of the University of Ghana manages a vast network of facilities, making Legon a true sporting hub. The university boasts 5 standard football pitches. These are used for training, student tournaments, and even by national teams preparing for international competitions. Some fields were upgraded ahead of the African Games to serve as official training sites. Basketball has a strong following at UG. The campus features 2 full basketball courts, complemented by 2 volleyball courts and a dedicated beach volleyball court. These courts host inter-university competitions and recreational games, helping nurture future stars. The Sports Directorate also maintains handball and netball courts, ensuring a wide variety of sporting opportunities for both male and female students. These facilities encourage inclusivity and provide platforms for less publicised sports. UG offers multiple tennis courts, a mix of clay and hard surfaces, suitable for both training and competitions. The courts attract students, staff, and national-level players who use the campus for practice. One of the gems of the UG Sports Directorate is its Olympic-size swimming pool. Open to both students and the public for a fee, the pool is used for training, swimming lessons, recreational activities, and inter-university competitions. It is one of the few major swimming facilities in Ghana and plays a vital role in aquatics development. Olympic-size swimming pool, public access plus student training. In addition to the main stadium's certified track, the university also has a secondary athletics oval. This facility allows for continuous training and student competitions without interfering with major events at the main stadium. The University of Ghana is not just an academic powerhouse. With its stadium, pitches, courts, pool, and ovals, it is a comprehensive sporting ecosystem. Together, these facilities create a pathway for students to excel, for national teams to train, and for Ghana to host regional and continental events. The legacy of the African Games was not just about one stadium. It was about strengthening the entire sporting foundation of the University of Ghana. UG Sports Directorate, a complete sporting ecosystem. The University of Ghana Sports Stadium is more than bricks, steel, and tartan tracks. It is an investment with ripple effects touching athletes, students, communities, and the economy. Let's break down its benefits. First and foremost, the stadium provides a certified athletics track. For years, Ghanaian athletes struggled to set recognized records at home. With this facility, sprinters, jumpers, and throwers can now qualify for international competitions without traveling abroad. This reduces costs and boosts morale. Certified track internationally recognized records. The stadium creates hands-on opportunities for University of Ghana students. Sports science majors can conduct research on biomechanics and performance. Event management students can intern during tournaments. Media students gain practical experience in broadcasting live sports. In short, the facility doubles as a living classroom. The University of Ghana has long been respected for academics. Now, with a world-class stadium, it commands new prestige in sports. Inter-hall games feel grander. Inter-university competitions attract bigger crowds. The campus buzzes with energy, especially during night events under the floodlights. UG, academic excellence plus sporting prestige. The stadium gives Ghana the confidence to host continental tournaments. Beyond the African Games, it has already hosted the WAFU Under-17 tournament. In the coming years, it could attract African Athletics Championships, CAF Youth Qualifiers, and even invitational meets. This strengthens Ghana's brand as a sports destination. Hosting rights economics plus diplomatic benefits. Sporting events generate commerce and jobs. Stadium events bring vendors, caterers, transport providers, hotel owners, and security workers into business. Each major tournament injects money into the local economy. For Accra, this means taxis running full, hotels booked out, and restaurants serving athletes and fans. The stadium isn't just for professionals, it is a community anchor. Local schools bring children for tours and competitions. Residents use the surrounding facilities for jogging, fitness, and recreational football. And above all, it instills a sense of pride, knowing that Legon, their community, is home to a continental-class stadium. Community engagement shared pride. With modern facilities comes the ability to push the boundaries of sports science. The University of Ghana can now partner with global institutions to study athletic performance, sports medicine, and nutrition. The stadium doubles as a laboratory for innovation in Ghanaian sports development. Sports Science Hub, Research plus Performance. Though built for sports, the stadium also opens opportunities for concerts and cultural festivals. With its floodlights, seating, and open space, it is perfect for large-scale events. From gospel concerts to graduation ceremonies, the stadium expands Accra's event infrastructure. Beyond sports, a venue for culture and music. The benefits of the University of Ghana Sports Stadium are multidimensional. Athletes gain recognition, students gain skills, communities gain pride, and the economy gains opportunities. But perhaps the greatest impact is psychological. This stadium tells every Ghanaian child, your dreams matter, your talent deserves a stage. Legacy, inspiring the next generation. No great project comes without challenges, and the University of Ghana Sports Stadium is no exception. Its 20-year journey was marked by delays, funding struggles, and even debates about its usefulness. Let's break down the controversies. One of the biggest challenges was the 20-year delay from the start of construction in 2004 to commissioning in 2024. For many Ghanaians, the abandoned skeleton of the stadium became a symbol of unfulfilled promises. Students studied and graduated without ever seeing the stadium completed. Some alumni even joked that the stadium might outlast generations of students before being finished. 20 years in the making, a stadium that took too long. Another controversy revolved around funding. Critics questioned why Ghana should spend $34.1 million completing a university stadium when there were pressing needs in healthcare, education, and roads. Others argued that the total $195 million spent on African Games facilities could have been better invested elsewhere. The debate reflected a larger national question. Should sports be prioritized in development budgets? Debate: sports funding versus other national needs. Some sports analysts pointed out that while the stadium is certified for athletics, it is not yet fully CAF certified for international football. This means Ghana cannot host major CAF football finals at the University of Ghana Stadium unless upgrades are made. Supporters of the project counter that the stadium was designed as an athletics-first facility. Football was always a secondary use. Certified for athletics. The choice of Consar Limited as the contractor also came under scrutiny. While many praised their ability to complete the project on time, some critics argued that costs seemed inflated compared to similar projects in other countries. The lack of full transparency on contracts and bills of quantities fueled suspicion in the media. A recurring concern was whether the stadium would suffer the fate of many African sports venues, neglect after major tournaments. Some worried it might turn into a white elephant, used only occasionally. University officials and the Sports Ministry, however, reassured the public by launching a maintenance and legacy committee to ensure the stadium stays active and well kept. Post-games maintenance key to avoiding neglect. What lessons can Ghana learn from the long and winding journey of the University of Ghana Sports Stadium? Consistency in funding matters. Stopping and starting projects only increases costs and delays. Continuous funding ensures timely delivery and lower expenses. Clear purpose must guide design. The UG Stadium was built primarily for athletics, not football. Defining purpose early prevents criticism about what the facility cannot do. Legacy planning is critical. Hosting the African Games was the short-term goal. Long-term sustainability depends on integrating the stadium into university life and national sports calendars. Transparency builds trust. Open communication about costs and contracts can prevent suspicion. Public trust is as important as physical construction. The controversies may never fully fade, but the lessons are clear. The University of Ghana Sports Stadium teaches us about the dangers of delay, the power of persistence, and the importance of building for both the present and the future. In the end, it stands tall as a reminder that Ghana can deliver big projects, even if the road is long and bumpy. From controversy to completion to legacy, the University of Ghana Sports Stadium is not just about the African Games of 2024. Its true value lies in the legacy it leaves behind, a long-term role in shaping athletes, inspiring students, and elevating Ghana's sporting reputation. For students of the University of Ghana, the stadium is more than a venue. It is a symbol of pride. Generations that once walked past an abandoned shell now watch games under floodlights. Inter-hall sports, graduation ceremonies, and cultural festivals will forever feel elevated. The stadium makes student life richer, more vibrant, and more connected to the wider world. Student legacy pride, vibrant campus life. For Ghanaian athletes, the stadium is a training and competition hub. Sprinters now have a home track where their times are internationally recognised. Rugby players have a dedicated field for growth. Footballers, both youth and senior, can train in a professional environment. This is the kind of infrastructure that creates champions. Certified Facilities Pathway to Global Recognition. At the national level, the University of Ghana Stadium adds to Ghana's infrastructure for hosting international events. From the African Games to WAFU youth tournaments, this facility proves that Ghana can deliver. In the coming years, it could welcome African Athletics Championships, CAF youth qualifiers, or even international rugby friendlies. Ghana's identity as a sports nation has been strengthened. Ghana's legacy, a continental sports hub. The University of Ghana is not just a host, it is a research institution. With the stadium in place, the Sports Directorate can expand into sports science, medicine, and performance research. Partnerships with global universities may follow, creating knowledge that benefits not only Ghana, but Africa as a whole. The stadium is not locked away for professionals alone. It is open to the community through tours, recreational programs, and local matches. For children from surrounding schools, it is a dream made visible. They can stand on the same track as African Games champions and believe in their own potential. Community legacy inspiration for the next generation. What role will the University of Ghana Sports Stadium play in the decades to come? The answer depends on how Ghana nurtures this facility. The key to sustainability is a busy calendar. Already, the stadium has hosted the African Games and the WAFU U17 tournament. Going forward, it must host annual National Athletics Championships, inter-varsity tournaments, regional football and rugby events, cultural shows, graduations and concerts. Maintenance is vital. Floodlights, scoreboard systems, and turf require consistent care. The university's Maintenance and Legacy Committee has pledged to keep the facility active and modern. Over time, upgrades could make the stadium CAF certified for elite football, expanding its role even further. The stadium adds to Ghana's global sports identity. Alongside the Bortiman complex and other venues, it positions Ghana as a country capable of hosting not just African Games, but potentially continental athletics championships or Commonwealth youth events in the future. Ghana, a growing global sports destination. The legacy of the University of Ghana Sports Stadium is about more than sport. It is about identity, opportunity, and vision. For students, it is a stage of dreams. For athletes, it is a training ground for glory. For Ghana, it is proof that persistence can turn abandoned projects into national treasures. Its long-term role will be written in the records of athletes who break barriers, the students who learn here, and the communities who gather in its stands. The University of Ghana Sports Stadium tells a story unlike any other in Ghana's sports history. From its foundations in 2004 to years of abandonment to revival efforts, and finally its grand commissioning in March 2024, the journey has been one of dreams delayed but never denied. It was born out of a need. The need for a certified athletics facility, a home for Ghana's athletes, and a venue capable of hosting Africa's greatest sporting stage, the 13th African Games. Funded initially by the University of Ghana and GETFund, and later completed by the government of Ghana at a cost of $34.1 million, the stadium has stood the test of time, politics, and public debate. And in the end, it delivered, not only for the Games, but for the nation. 20 years from vision to reality. Today, the University of Ghana Sports Stadium is more than a structure. It is a living ecosystem of benefits. For athletes, it provides a certified track and professional rugby and football facilities. For students, it creates opportunities in sports science, management, media, and vibrant campus life. For the community, it inspires pride, creates jobs, and connects families through events. For Ghana, it positions the country as a credible host of regional and continental tournaments while strengthening its sports identity. This is not just a stadium, it is a gateway to opportunity. The legacy of the University of Ghana Stadium will be written in the years to come. Its long-term success will depend on consistent maintenance, busy sporting calendars, and strategic upgrades to meet CAF football standards. But the signs are promising. From the African Games to the WAFU Zone B Under-17 tournament, the stadium has proven it can deliver. The challenge now is to keep the momentum alive. With proper planning, Legon could become not only Ghana's athletics hub, but also a continental centre for sports and education. The University of Ghana Sports Stadium stands today as a monument of resilience. It reminds us that even delayed dreams can come true when vision meets persistence. It is a home for champions, a classroom for students, a gathering ground for communities, and a beacon of Ghana's sporting future. But this is only the beginning. The real legacy will be built in every race run, every game played, every record broken, and every student inspired on this ground. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the history, funding, commissioning, and future of the University of Ghana Stadium, support our work. Like this video, share it with friends, leave a comment below, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth documentaries on Ghana's infrastructure, history, and development. Together, let's celebrate Ghana's journey, one story at a time. Like, share, comment, subscribe.